Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. I'm Andy Hawley alongside Josh Brigette in person today, which is always nice to see. Playoff time, week 2 already. We eliminated half of the field in the games last week, and we've got some good matchups this week.
Well, we expected that when you have teammates that are teams that are playing each other. You know you're going to lose some of them. We had some great games though across the board, and it was just great to see so many teams in the area that made the playoffs, and we saw great games. And we have teams advancing with good chances to win ball games.
Yeah, really no surprises week 1?
No, well, I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. We'll talk about it after this break. The highlights are coming up.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Your new ride is waiting for you at Avenue Auto. We've been giving Jackson great deals on pre-owned vehicles for 27 years. With 80 or more vehicles on the lot, each with a free warranty, we're your family-owned and operated choice in Jackson.
Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping has been proudly serving the southern Michigan area since 1986. With thoughtful design and quality craftsmanship, our experienced experts can bring any idea to life. Stop into our brand new location and garden center today. From a total redesign to just a few plants to spruce up your outdoor living space, we have everything you'll need. Need dirt, mulch, stone, or topsoil? It's all here and on site at Wilcox. And of course, we can handle the delivery. We can also take care of your fertilizing and weed control, irrigation from repairs to new systems, and all of your landscaping needs. Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping, everything for your outdoors.
Lester Brothers has been performing driveway installations for over 30 years. Crushed asphalt is one of our most popular driveway gravels and an overall Lester Brothers favorite. When spread properly, it can last for many years. It's 100% recycled, environmentally friendly, quarter of the cost of hot asphalt, dust-free, and ready for immediate use after construction. Contact Lester Brothers today for a free timely estimate for your future crushed asphalt driveway or parking lot.
If you're looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. Here's playoff week 1 highlights.
17. Bradley takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's going to throw, and it's caught. Wide open. He's going to cut back in the end zone. Touchdown, Napoleon.
17-yard touchdown. Grant Bradley finds Mason Roth, leading receiver for this Napoleon Pirates offense. Do a great job finding him out of the backfield, and Roth gets great blocking downfield from his teammates and gets into the end zone after 17-yard touchdown.
Sorry, David.
Yep, 2nd and 5 from the 36. Brown, pressure coming, and down he goes.
Mason Roth on the sack from the outside.
Bradley takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls left, throws caught. That's Mason Roth. Mason Roth is going to have some room, and he's going to get all the way down to the 42. Bradley takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. Grant Bradley, look at him go. All out in the open, cuts back. Grant Bradley on the quarterback keeper. He's going to be down at the 1. What a run by Grant Bradley.
29-yard
Goal now at the 1. Grant Bradley, handoff. That's Bart Loretz. And that's going to be in. Touchdown, Bart Loretz.
1-yard touchdown run to cap off that quick scoring drive for.
Bradley takes the snap, handoff to Roth, and Mason Roth, he's got the 2-point conversion.
Wow, why not? You know, that big old.
So here we go on 2nd and 7, handoff, Loretz again. Cuts around to the right, Bart Loretz. Great move back inside, and Loretz first down and a lot more.
20-yard gain there for Loretz. Excellent work.
Goal now from the 9 for the Pirates. It's a handoff. It's going to be up the middle.
It is Caden Fowler.
Yep.
Fowler gets a 9-yard touchdown, his first of the game. Caps off another scoring drive here.
Bradley is going to take the snap, and it's going to be Mason Roth. And Mason Roth is going to cut back and make some nice moves. Still fighting in another Minuteman first down. Bradley pitches to the right, cuts back. Sam Jennings.
Down in a mile.
4th and 23. 4th and a country mile. Bradley is going to dump it off to Roth, and Mason Roth. He's going to try to cut around and fighting for extra yards, but it will not get there. So Erie Mason will take over.
Last.
Brown drops back, rolling, looking, throws, caught. Wide open.
Just a great job by Vaughn Brown there.
2nd down from the 47. Brown drops back, looking, throws, caught, wide open. Nice move. He's going to cut back and get a lot more yardage. That's Corbin Herrera, Minuteman first down.
Yeah, nice job again, Herrera.
And big 77, Max Gomez. He is in the end zone.
Max Gomez, how about that? You get a chance to put big 77 in the end zone, and the Pirates cap off this huge victory with a huge touchdown run by a huge leader for this Napoleon Pirate team, number 77. Dropping a big old leg on that ball.
And there is going to be, and the ball's loose.
That's game.
That is going to be it. Your final score, 49-0 Napoleon, on to round 2.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. Those are your playoff week 1 highlights, your pre-district highlights. Of course, we have so many rounds. So we play for trophies this week. What did you see last week? Anything that surprised you?
I expected Napoleon to win. I didn't expect them to dominate the way they did. I just ton of confidence coming out of that game, and really impressed with the way that Coach Shell had that team ready to go. Offensively, I expected a really good performance. We got what we expected with an impressive offensive line performance. They were very efficient passing the ball. Grant Bradley had a nice game, a little over 100 yards, but he was very efficient. But I think defensively, and how Tom Johns, the defensive coordinator for Napoleon, was prepared in that game, and the way that his team executed, shutting out Erie Mason. Very good offensive team, and a passing team that, quite frankly, Napoleon just hasn't faced a whole lot of passing teams outside of Grass Lake in the Cascades Conference, and the way they were prepared and how they, at all 3 levels of the defense, they got pressure from the defensive line, their linebackers tackled well, and their defensive backs were spectacular in coverage all night long. Was really impressed with how they performed.
Yeah, they passed the week 1 test, no doubt. The surprise for me was the halftime score over at Withington Stadium, 22-8 Western, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I thought Jackson High was going to blow them out. We just cut the ribbon on the Al Glick. Was there maybe too many distractions? ends up being probably one of the best games of the year, and Jackson pulls out the win. And really, I mean, we thought they were the better team coming in, but Western played ball.
No, they did, no question. And we expected that. Western's played like that all season long, right? Where they've been up and down at times, but they have been good and somewhat consistent throughout the year. And they just lost that second half. And I thought Jackson really stepped up. We thought the athleticism might be a little bit much for Western, and I think that proved in the second half. Jackson with some good forced turnovers in the second half, and then that Tavion Tanner touchdowns once he took over at quarterback for the injured Gibson Drummond, I think was really impressive. But really fun game, and to see two local teams that have not played each other since the 70s play each other, and then you get a game of the year candidate like that. I think that's really impressive.
Yeah, we should do that every year. That would be fun.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do that.
Another tight game was Manchester 22, Grass Lake 19, and that's a classic first round rematch. Just who was going to win, and Manchester was a little bit better on the night.
They were, and I was surprised by, and I haven't had a chance to talk to the Grass Lake coaches, was candidly kind of surprised by the mix afterwards. I wasn't at the game, obviously we were at Napoleon and Erie Mason, but Braden Lape only threw, I think it was 12 times, and that's really where I thought you could expose Manchester. They're pretty good up front, and they relied heavily on Andrew Stockton, who had a big game, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns for Stockton, so a good way to cap off his year. But Manchester, at the end of the day, good enough defense, their balanced offense, which they'll take into Napoleon this week, was enough to get a playoff win.
Lumen Christi, of course, no problem with Homer. We kind of thought that would be the case. It'll be a little bit of a different matchup this week. Addison, they get bounced. Probably the toughest draw you could get. They get Ottawa Lake. They hang 64 on them. But for Ottawa Lake, that's probably one of the tougher first-round opponents you could have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's a great start to the playoffs. You're getting a disciplined football team in Addison, but if you're Addison, you make the playoffs, but you get rewarded with a game against likely the Division 8 state champion. I think Whiteford's a fantastic team. We've seen the work that they've done all season long. They're very talented, and they showed that on Friday night.
We'll be back. We're going to have our game picks and our Willis and Macknick Player of the Week after this.
Matt with Howe Equipment here, located on Lansing Avenue, and we've got Toro and Echo in the showroom. Come by and see what we got, whether you're in need and fall is coming up and you need a blower, or it's a trimmer or a saw for Echo. And then Toro, from the little push mowers to the big 60-inch commercial mowers, we've got it here at Howe Equipment. Come down and see us.
Bailey Excavating is proud to introduce our paving division. Locally done, on time, and on budget, we offer paving for municipal, industrial, commercial, and large residential customers. We can meet all your asphalt and paving needs from start to finish. For nearly 50 years and 3 generations, Bailey Excavating has been dedicated to providing the highest standards of quality and service to our customers. And in our paving division, we are dedicated to those same standards. To learn more about Bailey's Paving or to request a quote, please call 517-750-3030.
As a proud partner of Frankenmuth Insurance, Barker Weber operates under 5 distinct values.
Integrity. We will be honest and fair.
Stewardship. We commit to responsible management.
Empathy. We understand how you feel.
Mutual respect and trust. You'll always be our valued partner.
Dedication. We'll work for you wholeheartedly.
Barker Weber and Frankenmuth Insurance, your local insurance solution.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is empowering, powering both your home and your business. Change is progress, with a modernized grid that can detect outages and restore power within seconds. Change is reliable. We're talking preventing over 35,000 outages last year reliable. And change is enduring, like our dedication to keep your power running, just as it should. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. It's time now for our game picks, and I'll get us started here. Division 3, Jackson at Mason in a rematch of a game that didn't go Jackson's way. Mason dominated that game. I feel like Jackson's got to play better, but I'm going to pick Mason in this game. I think Mason wins. They're at home. They're undefeated, and I think Jackson can win. I just think it's a tough matchup. I'm going to pick Mason to win the game.
Mason's 10-0. Jackson and Mason met 3 weeks ago. That game was 35-6. You talked about that being a dominating performance. It certainly was. But on the show before that game, I said that Jackson was going to be too athletic and it was going to be too much for Mason to win that ball game. And, you know what they say, fool me once. But no, I'm going to go with it because I still believe that.
Okay.
And I think Anthony Parker is going to have this team, Antonio Parker is going to have this team ready to go.
Okay.
They're going to learn from that loss, and their athleticism will shine through on the road. Hand Mason their first loss of the season and the first district championship for Jackson High. So I'm calling upset.
I could get behind that.
Victory.
I like that.
I like it. Let's go Division 7, Schoolcraft at Lawton. Schoolcraft 7-3, won 3 straight games, but their last loss came to 8-2 Lawton. That game was not close. Lawton won that game 49-14 in week 7. Lawson was just dominating, and I expect them to be that way. They are not as good as the team last year, but they are better than Schoolcraft this year. I expect them to get the win and move on.
Yeah, I think Schoolcraft is a team that has traditionally relied on big plays, and when you go up against a team like Lawton that's just going to run it down your throat, I think it can be hard to come back from. I'll take the home team, Lawton. Hudson at Lumen Christi. Very interesting game, very interesting matchup. I can't even tell you the last time these two teams played. If they ever have, I'm sure Josh will tell us at some point. This is a game that I think if Lumen can figure out Hudson early, they've got a good chance at extending the lead and making Hudson play from behind. But if they don't, and Hudson gets a couple touchdowns early, it could be a long night. I think Lumen Christi gets the win. I think they figure it out and get the job done. I'll take Lumen Christi 35-28 in a really good game.
I like that score. This is on paper, this is the game of the year. And we got a great one last week with Western and Jackson High. I think we're going to get a really good one here at Hudson and Lumen Christi. I thought this would be a regional or semifinal game, and unfortunately we're going to get it in a district championship game. But these two teams, really talented. Hudson, the defending Division 8 state champion. Lumen Christi, no stranger to Ford Field. They've won 7 straight games this season, which I think is important for them because they are coming in really on a great momentum. They have similar styles, partner. When you think about how these teams want to win, Hudson and Lumen Christi have very similar styles. You're going to see very tough upfront running. They expect their offensive line to dominate the game, and you're going to see creative play-action passing in opportune times. And I think who can execute that better? And when you got two really good close teams and disciplined teams, what I look for is advantages. And I think when you look at the offensive line, the quarterback and the running back, and I look at that connection, that's better at Lumen Christi. And I trust them more, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring ball game. I think this is going to be a fantastic football game, but I think when you need those plays, Lumen Christi is going to deliver. I like your score. I think it's going to be like that, or maybe even a little lower scoring, because both these defenses are talented, but I'll take Lumen Christi in a tight one.
Hudson's coming to play.
No doubt. And they're not going to be scared.
Right.
So many people face Lumen Christi, and they're scared of the Golden Dome.
Right.
Hudson's not going to be. They're going to be here to punch you in the mouth, and you better be prepared for that. Monroe St. Mary's versus Detroit Central. If you haven't been paying attention, Detroit Central's 10-0. They've only given up 47 points the entire season. And they're averaging over 40 points a game. Only 3 teams have scored on them all season long. That happened to 4 teams. They played Southwestern twice, and they scored on them twice. But they've got 6 shutouts on the season. However, they play in the PSL. I don't love their competition, and I'll be honest with you, St. Mary's hasn't played the best competition this year either. This is not the normal St. Mary's team we're used to, but they are a disciplined football team, and I think that'll be the difference in this ball game. I look for St. Mary's in a close game, but to get a win because of their disciplined style, I think they can travel and go on the road to Detroit Central and get this win. I think it'll be a tough one for them, but I like St. Mary's.
I think I'm going to take Detroit Central. I have a feeling they have a few plays that Monroe St. Mary's hasn't seen yet, maybe some skill players that are difference makers, and I'm just going to take them based on that they're at home and they're 10-0, and like you said, Monroe came into the playoffs with a losing record. The game we'll have on JTV, and that will air at 10:30 on Friday night, thanks to Avenue Auto. Manchester at Napoleon. A rematch from the regular season. If you look at that score, Napoleon won 30-25. It's a close game. Here's what I think the difference is. Napoleon's defense is better than they were early on in the season. I think Napoleon home win, and I think the defense gets it done, and I think Napoleon advances.
I think you're right. And you look at this game, the key thing is this was week 3. Those two teams at that time are still trying to figure out who they were. I think both these teams now know exactly who they are. And now when I look at these two teams, Napoleon is just better. and I look at the way that they have progressed over the season, their offensive line is still going to be very consistent like it was. They have to defend a balanced offensive attack, which they didn't have to last week. Everything was passed last week. They could commit to that. They're going to have to be more disciplined because they have to be able to defend the run and the pass from Manchester, but I think that defense is going to come to play and be ready to do that. I like Napoleon because of all the things we talked about earlier and what you just said. The way they're playing football right now, they're a very tough team to beat. I'm really impressed with what Coach Shell's doing. So I'll take the Pirates in a big district championship win.
Very exciting times for all those involved. Exciting Friday night football. We'll be back more of the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show, including our final thought right after this break.
For over 35 years, Nostalgia Inc. has been Jackson's home for all things comics, graphic novels, and games. Whether it's Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, The Walking Dead, or even Stranger Things and Star Wars, Nostalgia's friendly staff has decades of experience and can find the perfect gift for that fanatic in your life. With the largest selection and inventory of the latest comics, you're always sure to find something new and different at Nostalgia. Looking for something from years back? Our backstock selection can't be beat. And don't forget to ask about our subscription service so you never miss an issue. Into Magic the Gathering, D&D, Pokemon, or tabletops? We've got everything you could ever need. Whether you're starting a new hobby, a seasoned collector, or just shopping for that superhero in your life, Nostalgia Inc. is the place for you. Nostalgia Inc. on Mechanic Street in downtown Jackson.
For at least a dozen years I've been at MVP Sports and using them. Ray and Kelly do a great job of getting me the things I need. Shirts, hats, uniforms for basketball teams, shirts for the golf teams.
We've been using MVP Sports for close to 10 years now. The biggest reason that we come back to MVP Sports is because every time that I walk in the door, they treat me like I'm a first-time customer. I would recommend MVP Sports to other businesses as well as anybody in this community.
The Chase is the hottest spot in Jackson. They're sure to have something for everyone. Large open dining spaces are available that are perfect for any team gathering, offering delicious handcrafted pizza, available in hand-tossed or thin crust, flavorful wings blasted with your favorite sauce, and Angus burgers that'll make any fan's mouth water. The Chase, the perfect place to spend the big game.
Hey, football fans! I hope your team wins. This is Judge Rob Jakey. I'm running to be retained as district judge. I'm the only candidate endorsed by all current district judges. Thank you for your vote to retain me, Judge Jakey.
You never think about a good tow truck service until you really need one. Jimmy's Towing and Auto Repair in Jackson will be there for you in a flash. Our technologically advanced GPS software enables us to pinpoint your location and dispatch the closest truck to assist you in no time. Jimmy's has the largest towing and rescue truck fleet in the area, and we have the right equipment for any towing need. When you need help in a flash, call Jimmy's. Jimmy's Towing and Repair in Jackson.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. Thanks to the crew at Aspen for sponsoring this show so we can bring you weekly highlights and analysis and some entertainment, some fun game picks. Thank you again to Aspen 1 Hour. It's time now for our Willison Macknick Player of the Week. Josh, who do you have?
Our Willison Macknick Player of the Week is Tavion Tanner from Jackson. Tanner plays multiple positions for the Vikings, and Friday night was called in to play quarterback after an injury to Gibson Drummond. The senior scored the final two offensive scores for Jackson in the fourth quarter with a 2-yard touchdown run and that massive 1-yard touchdown run to give the Vikings the lead on a 4th and 1 with 7 seconds remaining in the game. Tanner's touchdown gave the Vikings their first playoff win since 2016 and earned himself this week's Willison Macknick Player of the Week.
That final drive for the Vikings, absolutely insane. I believe they converted four downs on that drive. Just absolutely amazing, and it gets them a spot in the next round. Our game this week for Avenue Auto, we will have Manchester at Napoleon, and that will air at 10:30, so make sure you check that out. 7 o'clock, we are going to air last week's Erie Mason at Napoleon game, so you can find out how they got to that point. Final thought as we head into week 11 of high school football.
I just like the fact that we don't have teams, other than Napoleon and Manchester, teams don't have to put each other out. So we got a chance for some teams to actually move on. I'm really excited to see Jackson. Can they learn from that earlier loss and go get the win? And then I expect a fantastic game with Lumen and Hudson. I think that's just an epic game between two powerhouses, and it'll be great to see them come out on top of that game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens in that game. Of course, we'll have highlights, photos, and Jeff Steers' Saturday sideline report on our website Saturday morning. That's all for this week's Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. We'll see you on Friday night. He also learned he had a thing for Helen Hunt. Yeah. Another B-list sitcom. Chris, you know who she is.
I don't know that she was B-list in the 90s.
She's probably an A-list actress.
Back then.
Yeah.